Hello everyone, especially hello Shafiq Bhai and Kaim Bhai for joining with me actually, and this couldn't be. I want to thank to Kaim Bhai especially because without his effort it couldn't be possible to start a formal IELTS practice session at my home. So hats up to Mr. Kaim Bhai, and as well as I'm very much glad for having Shafiq Bhai as my practice session as well, because you have a very good experience for staying in United Kingdom over a couple of years, so we'll be so benefited and we can gain your experience how to do well, especially in speaking in English. Especially I want to focus on the native English speaker's accent. That can be a little bit very difficult to me, but I think it will be very easy if we really practice regularly. That can be very tough job for us. Anyway, Shafiq Bhai on his welcome message, you said a lot of things, and I was eagerly listening your video message, and that really touched me, and I got newly passion to engage myself in speaking practice. Well, IELTS is, if I want to say something about IELTS, then I want to say IELTS is international recognitions. How much you are very confident, how much you are very fluent in case of speaking, in case of communicating your expressions, both in speaking, both in writing. They'll be tested by IELTS, and it's an international recognized certificate. And because we have 3 persons have a great intention for going abroad, so we need a very good score in IELTS. So and it's a matter of as because this is second language, and it's totally depending on for securing good score. It's totally depending on practice. So I had a plan, especially how we can get a good score in IELTS, and I actually made a schedule for practicing. And initially I and Kaim Bhai, we started our practicing session nearly every day. So before going to how we can secure a good score on IELTS, I want to say Shafiq Bhai, he's very busy with his business doing, and I want to say you, Shafiq Bhai, you are a very good experienced person. You have a very good strategy for capturing everything. So business will not be a very difficult task to you, and there is a very common scenario, ups and downs in businesses. So I want to make you assure, don't lose your heart, because fluctuations will be very as usual matter in business. So it will be maybe reduced today or tomorrow, so it will do better. That's a very good wish for you. And today, while we are practicing at a speaking session and we are praying for you, it will do better. And always try to we are getting actually motivation from your ways of activities, so it will do better. Inshallah, it will do better in your business activities, so don't lose your heart. So yes, you put some very good suggestions and information on your video message. Yes, we have to be engaged at the same time in a very good technical way. So video conferencing, it can be a very good alternative way, so we can express ourselves, and we can be united at the same time, at the same way. So it will be a very good way for finding out our own mistakes, and as well as we can enrich our practice. So video conferencing it can be, but matter is at my house, I got the actually internet access, but due to some time laggage, because I have to engaged in myself in office activities, so I'm not getting so much time, except after evening I'm getting some time. So all the time we're practicing near about 1.5 hour. So after that I have to put my concentration on my academic subject. So that's why I'm not getting so much time for installing Viber, installing some other WhatsApp issues on my mobile. So I'm using just only camera, and we're taking video clips, and after that we're uploading that, and we're listening where we're doing mistakes. So that can be very good way. We're using these technical devices for make ourselves correct. Anyway, I have a plan for doing good score on IELTS. So listening and reading, I found that listening and reading has some difficulties, and most of the students, they really feel for securing good score in these two specific sectors. So I will suggest, I mean, I have a very good mind and planned, I have made a plan for doing in these two particular sections by practicing especially on Friday and Saturday. So on Friday we'll complete 6 reading passages, because on the reading passages, we'll get some large passages that will contain a lot of information, and simultaneously we'll get so tight time for answering. So it is very essential to understand the central theme of the entire passages. So we have to secure this ability by this way, where we have to read out all the passages, and we can understand the central theme after reading some lines or few columns of that specific passage. So we have to achieve this ability to understand the central theme. This is very important. So of course it can be achievable. It's not a very difficult thing that cannot be achievable. So I thought that we will at some after August we will sit for IELTS, inshallah, and within this time we will complete each week 6 reading passages, and within a month we will complete 24 reading passages. So it will contain our ability in an advanced way. So that will be very effective for our practicing. And in listening, simultaneously listening is taking near about 45 to 50 minutes. So I'm putting this practicing on Friday and Saturday, because Kamboy and me, we are free on Friday and Saturday. So from morning we have to practice reading and listening, and the rest will be speaking and writing. So speaking, every day we're practicing speaking. We're talking about some contemporary issues. We're discussing. We are doing role-playing activities. We are also artificially setting our home as TV studio, where an expert is coming and an anchor is telling something about the very recent issues, and asking from the expert what could be the possible solutions and suggestions by which the present situation and context and circumstances can be skewed. So by this way, we're trying a little bit capturing the right accent like a native speaker. So every day we're practicing in speaking, and simultaneously in this way, listening a little bit way, we're improving in listening session. So reading, speaking and listening, that is going on in the same way. So by this way we will try to achieve 24 passages a week, and after four weeks, at the end of the month, at the end of 3 months, we will be able to complete near about 75 passages. So it will be huge, I think it will be huge practice for making good result on a reading section. As well as we will complete one listening test practice on Cambridge IELTS book on Friday and Saturday. So each week we are completing 2 listening practice slots. So in this way, every month we are completing 8 listening practice slots, and after 3 months we will have a very good expertise after completing some good number of listening slots. So by this way, we have this is our actually informal plan for doing very good, for securing the very good excellent score. So Shafiq Bhai, he really wants to know how to do well in writing section. Actually, I also feel some weakness in writing. It's totally matter of practicing. So I have found that, and I had a very good reading articles during some days, and I found that writing is a matter of practicing. And for writing in a very good way, you need to apply phrases, you need to apply substitutions. I mean, the very long sentences, you are not allowed to write the long sentences. You should have to express those long sentences in a word. That's called substitution. So you will have to use phrase, you will have to use idioms, you have to use substitutions, and you are not allowed to use the same word in your writing frequently. While you are writing, suppose you are writing something about fuel consumption of Bangladesh nowadays. So when you will start your writing, fuel consumption has been a very important parcel in our Bangladesh context. So you cannot use the consumption, this word, frequently. Rather, you can use we are using fuel, we are getting fuel, and we are supplying fuel, we are utilizing fuel, we are destroying, or we are wasting fuel. So you have to circulate some new words in your writing. So this way your writing can be very richful. So that's all for me today, and I would like to very soon I would like to connect WhatsApp, so that we'll be able to engage in a platform for securing the best score. Thank you. Bye bye.